Hello, I'm Mitch Henck with a few thoughts on the good gentleman Paul Fanlin's column in the Capital Times this week. He talks about Wisconsin being a backwater Rust Belt state. In fact, he says Wisconsin is 32nd in private sector job growth, behind several Midwestern states. Well, former basketball coach Bobby Knight would say that you can use statistics to say whatever you want them to say. And actually, if Paul Fanlin was talking about 2013, he'd be accurate. He'd be accurate if he saw Wisconsin through June of 2014. But unfortunately, since June of 2014, things have changed quite dramatically. The construction season in the summer, and even in October and November, job growth was amazing. 10,900 jobs in the private sector in October, and in November, 16,500 new jobs in the private sector. That's the best November since 1990. And the 12-month period, going from November back to the previous November, Wisconsin private sector job growth was the best since 1999. In fact, according to Tom Hefty, who was the former CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield and the co-chair of Wisconsin's Economic Development Council under Jim Doyle, Wisconsin's private sector job growth in 2007, remember, before the financial meltdown of '08, was 37th. In fact, if you look at Paul Fanlin's 32nd in private sector job growth number, which goes back to June of 2014, you can break that down even further. If you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics data as analyzed by the Arizona State University Business School, going back 12 months, November to November, Wisconsin is 26th in private sector job growth. A little better than 32nd. It's one thing to have an agenda, which you find the data you want to advance that agenda. At least tell the people you're using old data. I got to believe if we had a Democratic governor, Paul wouldn't leave out October and November with the numbers that good. My 2 minutes are brought to you by Babe Sports Grill, Capital Consultants, Edge Construction, Weedman, and Greenbush Bakery. The donuts are always perfect, fresh. They bring them out in batches all day long. And please try the blueberry fritter. You won't regret it. We'll see you next time.